I've been a serial procrastinator for more than 15 years of my life. Back in high school, I had all my notes incomplete, assignments due, and I would only start studying days before an exam. Even though I was quite an ambitious young man, I wanted a high-paying career, I wanted a good physique, but I was just never able to work towards any of these goals. It's as though my body just refused to obey me. But that is not who I am anymore. Fast forward to 2025, I became one of the best performing students in my bachelor's and my master's program. I've worked as a software engineer at Fortune 500 companies such as Dell Technologies, AMD, Synopsys. I did all of these things while training martial arts and lifting weights 6 days a week. And most importantly, I was able to do these things consistently for years. Now the purpose of this is not to brag about my accomplishments, but to actually show you that I was not a very gifted individual. Nor did I have discipline instilled in me at a very young age by my parents. I was instead this hopeless person and actually thought that I wouldn't amount to much in life. And if I could rebound and change my life, then so could anyone watching this video. In this video, I'm going to share with you the 4 key principles that I followed to permanently overcome procrastination. Now, these are not some cute 5-minute hacks or something. These principles are going to demand that you make some serious lifestyle changes, but the results are worth it. So let's get right into it. Years ago, when I was a total procrastinator, I had a bunch of bad habits. I would be doom scrolling for hours, checking out adult sites, and just binge watching shows on Netflix. And to be honest, I loved doing these things. Firstly, because they were so incredibly fun and required no effort at all. And secondly, because everyone else around me was doing it. So it can't be that bad, right? But it's only now that I realize that these habits are so fun that once you get hooked to them, then you lose interest in all other productive things. And naturally, when you lose interest in something, then you're bound to procrastinate it. Imagine you've been doom scrolling for 2 hours in a row. You're pumping your brain full of this pleasure chemical called dopamine for 2 hours straight. And right after your session, I ask you to research and write a 500-word essay on Roman history. Chances are you are not going to want to do the hard work because you're just so accustomed to getting pleasure by just moving your fingers. It's as though these highly stimulating activities have subconsciously set a benchmark. Now you only wish to do activities that give you high amounts of pleasure with little to no effort. So this is the first lesson that I learned. Instant pleasure is bad and it makes you want to procrastinate things. What I then did was that I made sure that the most interesting part of my day was the work that I did. Reading, learning to code, working out. These activities now became my source of fun. And the good thing is that these activities require you to make some effort. Like you're not going to feel good during the workout when your muscles are burning, but you're going to feel good once the hard work has been done. This actually teaches your body that, hey, there is no instant pleasure around. If you want pleasure, then you will have to do the hard work. One of the biggest reasons why I used to procrastinate was that I used to feel tired and lazy during the day when I was actually supposed to be working. You see, your body has an internal clock of its own called circadian rhythm. This clock dictates when you're supposed to feel energetic and when you're supposed to feel tired and sleepy. These high energy states are pretty good to get some work done, and these low energy states are pretty good to sleep and recover. But when the circadian rhythm is disturbed, then you feel tired or energetic at the wrong times. And this is exactly why I felt tired during the day and felt like I had all the energy in the world at 2 a.m. So fixing my circadian rhythm became crucial to beat procrastination. The good news is you just need 2 protocols to fix your circadian rhythm. Number 1 is sunlight. I made sure that during the earlier parts of the day, I would get as much sunlight as possible. I would go for short 10-minute walks multiple times during the day. You are basically telling your body that, hey, look, the sun is out, time to get working. And during the later parts of the day, you have to do the exact opposite. You have to avoid bright lights. What I would do is that 2 hours before my bedtime, I would turn off all the lights in my room and only have this tiny yellow light lamp just to send the message that, hey, it's nighttime, prepare to sleep and recover. The second protocol to fix your circadian rhythm is fasting. Yes, literally not eating food for a period of time has shown to have a really positive impact on your circadian rhythm. You see, when you give your body a break from eating and digesting food all day, then it begins to perform a lot of cool reparative functions. One of them is balancing out your hormones. So now it releases the hormones that cause you to be alert and energetic during the day, and hormones that make you feel sleepy and relaxed during the night. Just by following these 2 protocols, my energy levels and motivation shot through the roof, and I was no longer putting off tasks. During my serial procrastination era, my diet was horrible. I would have chips, McDonald's, soft drinks, and to be honest with you, just like most people, I thought these things were bad only and only because they make you a bit chubby. But that is just the tip of the iceberg. The real damage of a garbage diet is that number one, it depletes you of all energy, motivation, and makes you lazy. Number two is that it destroys your mental health, makes you depressed and impulsive. And the reason why fast food is bad is not just because of the calories. It's because processed food has a bunch of unnatural ingredients in them. And it does not exist in nature. It was probably designed by some food scientist in a lab coat trying to make this thing as addictive as possible. Like, think about this. McDonald's French fries have 19 ingredients in them. And when all these unnatural things go in your system, then your body uses a lot of energy in digesting them. And this is why you feel so tired and depleted all the time. The truth is, the damage does not end there. Not only does it take away your energy, but it also makes you lose your ability to think. When you eat highly processed food, your brain gets inflamed. When you have this inflammation, you cannot focus on things for long. You have brain fog and you have these mood swings. All of these things make you want to procrastinate. What I have done now is that I have switched to a whole food diet, meaning I only eat things that are naturally occurring and have very few ingredients in them, like fruits, vegetables, meat, honey. And just making this diet switch has changed my life. My energy levels have literally tripled, my mood has gone up by several points, and my attention span has increased significantly. In martial arts, there is this concept of bracing for a punch. Like, if you tighten up your core muscles right before you get punched, then the punch does not hurt that much because you were expecting it. But if you were not expecting it and you did not brace for it, then that same punch thrown with the same intensity just hurts a lot more. This principle is just as applicable to procrastination. In the past, I was never really prepared for the activities that I would be doing that day. And when you just wake up without any sort of a plan, then you just find it incredibly difficult to start doing things. You just pretty much end up wasting the entire day. What I do now is that I brace for activities. I no longer just wake up without a plan. I follow a routine. I know what I have to do and exactly when I have to do it. When you know that you're expected to do something at a specific time, then you're much more mentally ready for that thing than if that activity was just randomly thrown at you. Having a routine also allowed me to remove all friction from activities. Like, if I know I have to study tomorrow at 5 a.m., then the night before I would make sure that my table was clean, my notes were ready. I knew exactly what chapters and what subject I would be studying. And all this advanced preparation removed any sort of friction from studying. And when there's no friction, things become easy to do and you no longer put them off. If you would like to work with me to help you set up these key systems in your life to permanently beat procrastination, then make sure that you click on the link in the description and book a one-on-one call with me.